Hello everyone, it's Liz Holloway here and welcome to my YouTube tutorial. Thanks for joining in today. This tutorial is based on the Marquee messages and the playful palette. Here I'm showing you the plain simple card, and then you can step it up using the rhinestone. And then this particular video is basically showing you how to create this Action Wobble arrow card. I am using the Marquee Messages stamp set as well as the Playful Palette designer paper, and this is such a wonderful designer 6x6 paper. It's so colorful and fun, and you can see that how fun it is to play with these designer papers. Here is a simple plain card for your clients as a make and take, and I stamped the arrow with archival ink on Flirty Flamingo, and then stamped the image on Peekaboo Peach and the banner on Damper Denim. Now what you're going to want to do is fussy cut them out and then color the lights with white gel pen. To step it up a notch, do the exact same design, and what I did was I sponged the edges with Flirty Flamingo, and then what I did was also add rhinestone on the lights. So in this video I'm going to step it up even further and walk you through how to create this Wobble Action Arrow card using the Marquee Messages stamp set again, and using the same element as what I have done in the previous card. As indicated earlier, I'm using archival black in all my stampings, and I'm going to stamp them all in the new In Colors 2016-2018 In Colors. The main image is stamped on Sweet Sugar Plum, and you don't have to use the colors that I've got here. Go ahead and mix them up, and I'm just kind of pressing it firmly just to make sure that my colors are transferring. My black was a little bit dry and I haven't re-inked it yet. So when you're stamping on other pieces, all your other elements, you don't need to use a full-size sheet. Just stamp it enough so that you're just using the remnant pieces. Frame. Then stamp the birthday onto the center of the banner, and I'm using paper snips to fussy cut the banner. Remember, this is a step up wow card, so that if you are making a card for someone special, you will need to do all the hard work. The hardest part is cutting out the coil, and what you're going to want to do is move the cardstock rather than the scissors. And as you move your cardstock, your scissors will follow as you cut. I am pasting the banner with the multi-purpose glue and aligning the banner to the main image. Then I stamped it, It's Yours, on center of the coil frame. Now I wanted to make the words pop, so what I did was I took my white Signal gel pen to color in the opening. And this is something quick, it's nothing too fussy. And if you don't have white gel pen, then you can use white pencil crayon, and it really doesn't matter what you use. Both are very effective on color cardstock. You can also color in the stars to make it twinkle, and then as an optional, you can color the coils as I have done here. To create the wobble piece, I could use the Action Wobble that I purchased from Amazon, but the wobble piece was too large for the arrow, so I created my own. Stamping Up used to carry their own wires, and I was digging through around my drawers and I found these ones. But if you don't have any wires, go to your local craft store and purchase a 26 gauge or lower. Now the lower gauge that you go to, it's the thicker the wire is, and you don't want to go above 26 because the wires are too thin. So what I did was I took I punched out 4 half-inch circles on remnant pieces of cardstock and then wrapped the wire around a pen. Then I'm going to be sandwiching the 2 wire ends with the 2 half-inch circles. Now you want to add your do-it-yourself wobble on the center of the arrow, and don't do what I just did by placing multi-purpose glue on the end. When I first filmed it, and I realized that I wanted the arrow to be a bit sturdier, so what I did was I cut 3 more pieces and sandwiched it all together, and then I wanted the arrow to have a shine to it, so then I added Crystal Effect. We don't carry, Stamping Up does not carry Crystal Effect anymore. They have discontinued it and suggested that we use the fine tip glue, but using the fine tip glue took too long to dry, and it was also didn't come out as smooth as I would like it to be, so I went back to my Crystal Effect. And if you don't have Crystal Effect, use Crystal Lacquer. The main image is then placed on the base card, which cuts at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5.5 inches. And then the background paper I use is the Playful Palette Designer Series pack, and that is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. The next thing is that you see I'm placing the arrow onto the do-it-yourself wobble. And then what I did was I took a pen and making sure that the arrow balances and let it set dry overnight. And then your card is done. You can hear in the background that my music is turned on, and that means my video is coming to an end. For products that I have talked about, you can find them on my blog at lizhollowaydesign.blogspot.ca, or you can follow me on Facebook pages at Liz Holloway Design or Canadian Papercraft Cards and Scrapbook if you are Canadian. I am also on Instagram and Twitter. Thanks for taking the time and joining in today, and be sure to come back soon. Bye for now.